Okay, the worlds of big finance and crypto regulation are on a collision course, and XRP is sitting right at the epicenter. What happens next? Well, it's going to fundamentally change the entire game, and if you're not ready, you're going to be left holding the bag.
You are about to lose your position if you don't understand the legislative endgame that's being decided as soon as next week. And look, this isn't some wild guess. All the pieces are moving into place, and the window to get ahead of this thing, it's closing fast. But what if I told you the real story here isn't just about some new regulations? It's about this number, $9.3 trillion. This figure comes from one of Wall Street's heaviest hitters, and it's the twist that, honestly, changes everything.
So stick with me. By the end of this explainer, you're going to see exactly how Washington and Wall Street are aligning behind the scenes for crypto's next massive phase, and more importantly, what it means for the assets you're watching so closely. All right, first up, the White House Summit. This is the government catalyst. And forget about quiet, backroom deals. We are talking about a top-down, coordinated push from the absolute highest level of power in the country. So here's what we know, and it is verified. A presidential summit is scheduled for this Monday. And what's the goal? To finally shatter the legislative deadlock that has been holding up a real, comprehensive crypto bill for way too long. And just look who's being brought to the table. On one side, you've got the crypto titans, Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken. And on the other, major banking leaders. This isn't just another meeting, you know? This is a full-blown negotiation between the old guard and the new, and it's being orchestrated by the White House itself. Okay, so while Washington is setting the stage, Wall Street is already making its moves. They are not waiting around for the ink to dry on any piece of legislation. Not a chance. Remember that number I threw at you at the beginning, $9.3 trillion? Well, this is where it comes from. This is the staggering scale of total customer assets that are managed by just one firm, Morgan Stanley. And they just made a massive move. So the crucial point is this. They've appointed a brand new head of digital asset strategy. Now, their job is to bridge their huge $1.8 trillion investment management division with their $7.3 trillion wealth management business. You see what they're doing? They are unifying trillions of dollars under a single cohesive digital asset strategy. This is institutional preparation on a colossal scale, the kind of thing you only see right before a major market shift. And this really points to the long-term plan. You've got industry analysts now openly predicting that a filing for an XRP or even a Solana ETF is the next logical step for giants like BlackRock. They're paving the way for products that will bring crypto directly into the traditional finance portfolios of millions of people. All right, so that's the government and that's Wall Street, but what's the smart money actually doing right now? Come on, let's look at the evidence from the on-chain data. Check this out. This is the hard evidence. We are seeing a massive surge in what we call mega holders. These are addresses holding over 1 million XRP each. The level of accumulation happening right now absolutely dwarfs what we saw back in September. The smart money is making its move, and they're not being subtle about it. And here's the hard number for you. Since that recent market dip, 42 new mega holder addresses have just appeared. Think about that. They are not selling into fear. They are buying into it. This is a crystal clear signal of quiet, large-scale accumulation. Still need more proof of institutional interest? Well, the Grayscale XRP Trust has been consistently pulling in around $20 million in volume per day. Even with all the market volatility, the institutional appetite for regulated exposure to XRP is staying incredibly strong. So let me just ask you, can you see the trend here? You've got government action, Wall Street restructuring, and whale accumulation. They're all pointing in the exact same direction. All these signals are lining up, and here's a critical alert from us here at Crypto Global News. If you're watching this from the US and you're not subscribed, you are actively missing these signals. The algorithm will literally start hiding this type of content from you next week. You have to click subscribe now to stay on the correct timeline. And hey, if you want to get these updates before they even make it into an explainer like this, you have got to be in my Telegram. Just use the QR code on your screen or hit the link in the description. That's where you get this information first. Okay, moving on to number 4, regulation's final hurdle. This is the core issue, right? This is the whole reason that Monday's summit is happening, to solve this thing once and for all.
This central conflict really boils down to the stablecoin debate. The major sticking point, the thing that's holding everything up, is whether or not crypto firms will be allowed to offer interest or rewards on their dollar-pegged tokens. This is the key battleground between traditional banking and DeFi innovation.
And this is where Ripple's grand strategy just becomes crystal clear. They have verified OCC approval to set up a bank. They have verified NYDFS approval for their RLUSD stablecoin. And they have the potential for a Fed master account. You see, they haven't just been waiting around. They've been playing chess, methodically securing the exact regulatory pieces needed to completely dominate this debate.
Look, Ripple has a clear edge here, no doubt. But what's your take? Should crypto firms be allowed to offer yield on stablecoins or not? I really want to know what you think. Drop your analysis in our community post and let's actually talk about it.
And that brings us to the final and most crucial section, your strategic next move. We've seen the whole setup, so now let's talk about the trigger.
We've seen the White House making moves, Wall Street is making moves, the whales are making their moves, every key player is aligning. So the final question is, what's the trigger? What is the one event that finally throws open the institutional floodgates? It all comes down to a single signature. The one signature that can unlock the Fed master account for a company like Ripple. Our very next briefing reveals exactly what that is and who is holding the pen. To see it, click the card on your screen right now.
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.